Guess who's back? Yeah, we back at it like a addict. Hey, we're back with tutoring with Mr. Sorrells, getting ready for our semester finals, getting ready to go kill it with all of my Bearcats and all of the wonderful kids around Klein High School. So, without further ado, let's get into this biology review, right? All right, bet. I'm going to be starting off around question 6. I hope that all of my kids at home listening or in class listening are following along, because I am going to give you the key to success today. So, without further ado, we're going to start off just how we started this school year off with biomolecules, all right? So, if you will, join with me. Question number 7. It says, name the biomolecules. So first off, we got to know the names of our biomolecules. We got carbohydrates, we got lipids, we got proteins, and we got nucleic acids. Now that we've established our 4 biomolecules, let's establish some functions of those 4 biomolecules. Let's start off with carbohydrates, shall we? Carbohydrates, those are our main source and main holder of short-term energy. Short-term energy, you might ask. Yeah, like the energy and the jolt and the boost we get when we eat sweets or sugars. Those are carbohydrates. So let's move on. Let's move down the line, shall we? Proteins. What's the function of proteins? What are we always drinking these protein shakes for? Getting a bunch of protein powder, mixing it up. What are we doing all of this for? Well, those are to rebuild, repair, and develop your muscles. Those are what all of those protein drinks, shakes, mixes, milks, all of those do the same thing. Repair, build, and develop. So, lipids. Lipids, this is the forgotten biomolecule. You guys always forget about the lipids. Lipids. Those are our main source of long-term energy. So what do I mean by that? Long-term versus short-term. So just how we get a short boost from our carbohydrates that hold our sugar energy, lipids hold our fat acid energy. So that long-term energy that gets you from maybe 6 a.m. in the day till 12 o'clock at night, whenever you go to sleep. That is a lot of what gets you there. Those lipids, those stored long-term fats. You got to remember that. The difference between carbohydrates short-term and lipids long-term. All right? Last but not least, nucleic acids. Nucleic acids. For some reason, we always like to confuse these with amino acids, and we'll get to that later. But nucleic acids, the function for nucleic acids is one thing. Hold your genetic code. That's all it does. Hold your genetic code, read your DNA, need your DNA. That's all nucleic acids do. So if you can remember DNA and RNA with nucleic acids, you already won the fight. Let's get deeper. Let's go a little bit, harder. We got these things called monomers, or building blocks, or pieces. So, what are monomers? Monomers are one piece of the big overall block of the chain, as I like to call it. So, all of our biomolecules have a monomer that go along with it. So let's get into some of the names of those monomers. For carbohydrates, the monomer for carbohydrates are monosaccharides. I wish I had the little special effects thing. So monosaccharides. Y'all will get it though. Lipids. Lipids is very funny because it actually has 2 that go together. So you have glycerol and you have the fatty acids. Glycerol and fatty acids. Those 2 both work together to become one monomer for lipids. Proteins. Proteins. Listen. The monomer for proteins are amino acids. So whenever we hear about a bunch of protein drinks, protein shakes, and they all say it has 37 different amino acids, all it's saying is it has a bunch of proteins. And what do we call a group of amino acids, you might ask? Polypeptides. Some might call it the polypeptide chain. Some might just say peptide. Some might say polypeptide. But as long as you know that polypeptides, amino acids, are both proteins, you'll be fine on the final. Last but not least, we have nucleic acids. What's the monomer for nucleic acids? You guys should be able to tell me. We know monosaccharides, we know fatty acids, we know amino acids. So what could the monomer for nucleic acids be, you might ask? Well, it's a nucleotide. Nucleotide. You guys, there's so many times on your quizzes and on your tests where we just want to say nucleo, nucleus, nucleic, all rhyme and sound the same. So when you guys get to test day, do not overthink it. Nucleic acids have the monomer nucleotides. All right, let's keep moving. I know you guys see my pretty drawing behind me. Let's get a close-up on it right quick, right? We see we got a substrate. We got a couple different things going on, right? We got products, we got enzymes, we got an active site. That's because I want to remind you guys of just what enzymes are, all right? Enzymes, if you can see it right here in this box, enzymes are special proteins, also known as catalysts. Enzymes' job are to control the speed of reactions and decrease the amount of energy that we have to use to make them happen, all right? Below we see this box, we see this substrate that it has to fit into. We see the active site. Remember, that's where all the magic happens. And then what do we get when we put our enzyme with our substrate? We get the product. Say, okay. I was about to say amen. That's on XYZ, my bad. But we get our products. And usually one turns into two. All right? But just remember, this is the enzyme substrate complex. All right? We have our enzyme. I misspelled enzyme. I'm sorry. Enzyme, active site, substrate, and products. If you guys could name and label all of those, you guys would do just fine on your final, okay? Before I get out of here, let's go ahead and get our quiz in. Let's go ahead and get our little rapid fire exit ticket going. Shout out to Mr. Fun. You guys should be able to tell me what denature means. I'll give you about 5 seconds to get your answer in your head. Denature. To denature something is to change the property of it. And how did we do that again? Changing the temperature or the shape of it. All right? You guys should be able to tell me that on your final. You guys should know that. Be sure to be knowing and studying and keep looking into that. Question number 2 on your exit ticket. Follow me to the whiteboard right quick. Let's go in between our enzyme, our active site, and our substrate. If I put something right there, what is that called? Something that changes the shape, that denatures our substrate, that puts us in a different predicament. What is that called? Give you a little chance to think about your answer. If you named inhibitor, you are correct. Guys, this stuff is easy as 1, 2, 3. You guys know this. You guys have killed it. You studied it. You guys could go on and be great. So this is part 1 of our semester exam review over biomolecules with tutoring with Mr. Sorrell. So you guys going on and be great. Be looking for part 2 soon.